Hey, what's up? I'm Ashley. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm going to tell you why The Bear is the best show to ever be made in recent history. But first, let me give you a quick summary on The Bear. In season 1, we met Carmen Brazado, who they call Carmy, a chef with a legendary status who comes back to Chicago due to the death of his brother Mikey. And Mikey left Carmy his restaurant called The Beef, which is later changed to The Bear. Carmy hires Sydney, who's a trained chef. They become this duo in the restaurant, and she always keeps Carmy on track. But we see Carmy trying to keep the restaurant running because it was handed to him in bad shape, while at the same time trying to gain the respect from the staff. It was challenging, to say the least. And Carmy's cousin Richie, who also works in the restaurant, didn't help the situation or make anything easier. But Carmy finds out the loan that Mikey got from his uncle was saved for him to open back up the restaurant Carmy and Mikey wanted together. In season 2, it focuses on the challenges of opening a restaurant the correct way on every level. Mentally, financially, physically, etc. It showed Carmy getting distracted by his longtime crush, Claire, and leaving Sydney with the majority of the work, while at the same time she's learning more about leadership. And the season as a whole was about finding your purpose and how it's never too late to find it or give up on your dreams. Now let's get into why the show is the best show ever. Well, because it's nearly perfect. The acting performance is beautiful. The cinematography is gorgeous. I love the way it's shot. It's as if we, the viewers, are right there in the room with them. It's up close and personal. What they're feeling, you feel. One example is season 2, episode 6. The scene was chaotic. Everyone was on edge, so it made you feel on edge. I was anxious, I felt uncomfortable, and stressed out. And that's exactly the point. They wanted you to feel the intensity on what was happening. And I felt it. But I love when the show is able to make you feel what they're feeling. They have a way of succeeding that each episode. The lighting, the pacing, the blocking, the close-ups, the angles are magical and artistic and shot so perfectly. Some scenes may seem chaotic because of how up close it's shot or the background noise, the arguing, or how shaky it can get, but it's not. The shots are precise. Fun fact, most of the cast had to go to culinary school. They're really cooking the food. If it's not them, then it's a legit chef. There's no hand doubles, so when you see them chopping, it's really them. I cannot forget to mention the show's long shots. Talk about intense and making it feel like you're really inside of the room. One scene in season 1, episode 7, was shot 18 minutes straight. The storytelling is very organized, it's not sloppy at all, it's carefully thought out. And it makes sense. They move several things along at once, including the plot. They really take into account their saying in the show, every second counts. They're really efficient. And they do all that while at the same time develop storylines. We're in season 2 and already have character development, and I like how the supporting characters get their time to shine. We know in season 2 what the goal is as soon as the season starts. We have to open in 3 months. We must turn a profit right away. We have to pay back our investor in 18 months. We need a good menu. We need leadership, and none of that lags in these 10 episodes. Getting straight to the point is a must. The theme for the characters this season was purpose, and how to find it through hard work and habit, and counting on each other to help stay motivated when at times they weren't so confident. I cannot make this video without mentioning Carmy and Sydney's relationship and their chemistry, and I can't even say that without smiling. They're clearly setting us up for season 3. And with Carmy mentioning how awkward he was growing up, how he didn't have any friends, and how he never felt confident in himself, which is more relatable than it needs to be. It's refreshing to see Sydney and Carmy's dynamic and how they always bring the best out of each other, how they make each other feel confident. And even though at times some conversations between Sydney and Carmy can feel awkward, I believe it's a slow burn, and Sydney is one of the only few people, if not the only one, that Carmi can have a decent conversation with without it being chaotic and stressful all the time. And since we had to be introduced to Claire this season, it distracted Carmi, leaving a lot of the workload on Sydney. And Sydney trying not to come off as jealous, but literally tells him, I don't want to share my time. Being that they are partners in this, but I have a feeling there's more to it, especially since Carmi was having a panic attack and the only thing that calmed him down was the thought of Sydney. Every scene with these two is magnetic. The chemistry is strong, and at times I feel like I'm invading their space. Their dynamic is great. The love, respect, independency they have on one another is clear. I ship them hard. For season 3, I expect them to be even more of a focus, and I can't wait to see more of them together and separately. So this leads me to say, a great show is when you care for the characters, when you're invested in them and their success, or whether or not they'll make it through whatever it is they're going through. It's when you root for them and want to see them shine. And every character in the show, even the supporting ones, make you feel just that. You're invested in the progress, the failure, the sadness, the happiness. You get emotional. And like I said before, you feel what they feel. And that's hard to do. But The Bear does that. And I cannot stress enough for you to watch this show if you haven't already watched it. And whether or not you have watched it or not, let me know what you think down in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.